and then dismiss you because there's chaos and confusion. They will put roaches in your house and then say, well, the reason we can't come to your house is because there's roaches in it. So what I'm trying to say to y'all is I need y'all to be, we need some exterminators up in this motherfucker. Seriously. Like, I'm not saying exterminate people for their ideology. I would say exterminating people because they're not handling things in the most productive way possible. And by exterminate, I mean saying, look, I'm not going to participate. I'm going to tell you, y'all can tell me this right now. You guys literally, you guys have a full license right now to tell me, Boyce, if we see you fighting with somebody on this channel, we will not support your channel anymore. If we see you spending more than 30 seconds, confronting or fighting somebody that's in alignment with you, somebody else in the conscious community, we're not going to support your channel anymore. We will unsubscribe. And I would deserve that, because at that point, unfortunately, if you're not careful, it can appear that it's more about you, meaning me. It's more about me than it is about us, right? So ultimately, I'll say this. Let me be more specific about one thing that I thought was just kind of weird. I see this whole competition about the whole ADOS conference thing, Foundational Black Americans versus ADOS. Everybody's having conferences, right? Yvette and Tone have a conference. Tariq has a conference. I would support Tariq's conference. I would not feel comfortable going to Yvette and Tone's conference, not because I am ADOS. I am a full card carrying member of ADOS, because ADOS is not a group. ADOS is a distinction. It is a designation. My great grandfather's name was Boyce, and he got that name from his slave master. So I can trace my shit right back to slavery. So I am part of ADOS. But one thing I'm not a part of is I'm not a part of the trolling. I'm not a part of attacking other conscious Black people who want to support reparations. I'm not a part of that. I'm not a part of the idea that we should somehow disconnect from the diaspora and I mean completely pull the plug on who we are. My God, goddamn Black people, shit, you got 30,000 years of history that you had in Africa before white people got a hold of your ass, and you want to cut all that off? Are you serious? That's like I'm going to cut off my entire body from the neck down and then act like I'm still 6 feet tall. Or not that I ever was 6 feet tall. But seriously, if you cut your body off from the neck down, you're not going to be tall anymore. You won't even be as tall as a midget. You won't even come up to somebody's kneecaps if you cut your body off from the neck down. And when you cut off everything African about your lineage, then you have nothing left. All you have is white supremacy and that slave DNA that's in your blood. John Heinrich Clark broke it down when he said if you start your history from slavery, then everything since then looks like progress. So what I'm just trying to tell you right now, that I am ADOS. In fact, when the brother from South Central confronted me, and I think he confronted me because he had misinformation. He had a perception based on what somebody else said about what kind of person I am or whatever. And I listened to him. And first thing he said, well, I support the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and ADOS. And that's what I knew right there. I said, okay, now we got our common ground, because if you love Farrakhan, I love Farrakhan. I can't say there's certain Black leaders in that movement like Farrakhan. I've seen them attack Farrakhan. I'm like, why do you have to attack Farrakhan to make your point? You might not agree with Farrakhan. You might not like what Farrakhan has done. You might have issues with him, and I'm okay with that. But when you're trying to go to the point where you're using the 4 Ds against a beloved member of the community, the 4 Ds, Byron Allen mentioned that: dismiss, discredit, demonize, and destroy. When you're using the 4 Ds against people in the community that have had skin in the game since the 1940s, how do we benefit as a community? Now, who attacked him? You could go look it up. It was Yvette Carnell, but I'm not going to go in. I'm not really trying to talk all day about Yvette, because this ain't about Yvette. I know all about Yvette. I worked with her for many years. I have messages where she was asking me to share her articles and stuff like that. So I play some part in supporting whatever she's doing now, and I don't regret that. I just wish it had been differently. But I know about the conference. The ADOS conference is held at St. Stephen's Church, which is in Louisville, Kentucky. We're hosted by Pastor Kevin Cosby. Pastor Cosby has been my friend for 10 years. I introduced him to Yvette. So the church where the ADOS convention was held this year, and I think they're holding again there next year, is a church where I gladly introduced the pastor to Yvette Carnell. This is a fact. This is not something that's made. I'm from the Ville. You guys know I'm from Louisville.